So friends, today we have Lamba sir. Lamba sir has been in touch with me from the last like 2015 onwards. जब मैं थापर गया उसके बाद मैं Lamba sir के साथ touch में आया through eCell. And Lamba sir has been like a guiding light for all the students in Thapar. And because he has been a serial entrepreneur from 1999 onwards and अभी तक कितनी companies start कर चुके हैं and one company is doing like totally great. तो उसी company की story, what is the story behind it, how you started it, how you can work on FMCG segment and how is the growth numbers, what are the profit margins, everything we will discuss. Firstly, we will see the story and then we will go to the business part. So Lamba sir, how are you doing in your life?
I'm doing great. Tushar, it's been pleasure to be connected again.
Yeah.
I think you make me remember my old days when I used to teach in Thapar on the subject of entrepreneurship.
Correct, sir.
So I'm still connected with Thapar, but then in a very different manner, at a senior this thing. But anyhow, thank you very much for connecting again.
Yeah, most welcome, sir. So, sir, like to start with, like I read your story and I saw your about us page on your website, and also I got to know this thing. Like I knew a bit, but the 2008 onward story I knew, but I didn't knew that 1999 story. So, Yupp Soda के बारे में sir start करते हैं. So, how do you see the FMCG sector growing from the last 23 years, 24 years you have been in this industry, sir?
Let me take you 2-3 years back in 1997. So see, in any case, by till 97, I had eight years of experience working with the corporate sector. I worked with Crompton Greaves for 3 years. It's again a Thapar Group company. 5 years I worked with Mukat Pipes. I was there as a senior manager for the projects and marketing.
Okay.
And at that time, IT bug in education was there. If you remember, in 96, 97 onwards, EPTech, NIT already were there. They had grown.
Sir, I was born in 97, तो मुझे नहीं पता है.
Chaliye, I will give you the background at that time.
Yeah,
EPTech and NIT were two big giants, which were in education, IT education, and it was revolutionizing the whole IT education scenario at that time. And the third player which came was Tata Infotech.
Okay.
They started with a brand called Tulek, and we took the franchisee. I had an entrepreneurial bug. Nowadays it is called startup bug. But at that time, it was an entrepreneurial bug which was there to start and to do, on your own.
Correct.
You don't wanted to do the job. You wanted to start any kind of a business so that you wanted to grow and you don't leave it to somebody else. So we came into IT education. With 3 years, we did very good with IT, Tata Infotech education, and then it became Tata. From Tulek, it became Tata Infotech. But in 99. Me and my partner, we got an opportunity where we had a similar kind of exposure to soda in PET bottles. See, if you remember till 99, the soda was coming in glass bottles. Soda is a aerated water.
Yeah.
And fizz drinks, I will say fizzy drinks kind of a thing. And 99, if there was a plastic revolution was happening, and the material used to call PET. PET material used to it was a revolution, and you could pack the gas products into a plastic bottle. Earlier, it was not possible.
Okay.
So we, came across a company which was there in Hyderabad, which was doing as a first company to do it. And we interacted with them. We found them to be a little costlier, but then on the franchisee model. But we thought that why don't we do it on our own? And we came out with the brand name of Yupp. Yupp is yes, is a slang word. So we came out with Yupp, and we started packing soda in PET bottles. Okay. And at that time, the glass bottle was a hassle for the shopkeeper as well as for the consumer. The consumer has to return the bottles, and the shopkeeper used to keep the security of those glass bottles. They used to come, and they were not convenient to use. See, nowadays you can talk about that plastic is coming as a much more plastic is coming into this global world, and it has become a pollution problem. But at that time, it was totally a revolution of bringing a soda and PET bottles. Okay. And we came out with Yupp, and it was, I still remember, it was 99. We started by 4 months, we were facing a lot of music. The problems were in galore. The caps which we imported were, we thought it is for PET bottles. We had no ideas that the same caps are to be used for the glass bottles. So we were not able to distinguish between the glass bottles and PET bottles, and the caps which came, they were wrong. So people used to open up the soda bottles with a knife. And I used to say soda तो बहुत अच्छा है पर यार खोलने में बहुत problem है. So then we had no idea, frankly speaking, though I'm a mechanical engineer, did my management degree, but you were not expert in the cold drinks.
Correct.
We just came into the beverages field. We started a company called Cheers Food and Beverages, but we had no exposure in the nitty-gritties and the intricacies, into the of this business. So we had no idea at what temperature it is to be filled, what should be the gas volume, what should be the design of the bottle. So for the first 4 months, though the idea was picked up by the market like a wildfire, but we started facing the problem of a rejection. The bottle used to pop up, used to go like आतिशबाजी की तरह वो ऊपर जाती थी. So rocket की तरह, used to it was a big problem. Caps नहीं खुलती थी, और gas volume bottle used to get bulged. तो हम 600 ml soda बना रहे थे, निकला 750 ml, so the volume was a problem. So then what we did, it was like almost virtually whatever the working capital we had, it was wiped out. Nobody was ready to give us a bank loan even. And we went back to the drawing board. We met with the technical people, got the information from them, improved the gas volume ratios, chilling temperature, and design of the bottle, the right kind of caps. And again, one bank helped us. And we came out with against the machinery as a hypothecation. We started again in September, about after 4 months of a little bad experience. And I think the board was great. And Yupp Soda became a success story. We started selling in great numbers, and within 1 year we were almost covering about 9 states of our India. And I still remember that Pepsi was doing a survey, and Pepsi came out with a paper, and it was presented in the corporate office. There's a very small company in Patiala which is doing selling soda in PET bottles, and they have captured 4% of the market share. This was again communicated by the Pepsi people that you had brought the revolution. And at that time, even MNC like Coke and Pepsi were not there in PET bottles. They came after us. So in a way, we were it was a opportunity-based innovation.
First movers advantage that we say.
First mover advantage we had, and people started using it conveniently. You could find it in Kargil also. You could find it in anywhere in Srinagar hill station. People used to carry, because glass bottle was a hassle. PET bottle was not that. It was such a convenient to use. So we became in a way the volume started coming in. Then we came out with the sparkling drinks, and we came out with a company called Beverly Beverages in 2000. In 2000, we started with the sparkling drinks, which were famous in Europe. They were colorless, but they were bubbly drinks. So we came out with 4 flavors at that time. One was strawberry flavor, one was peach flavor, then lychee flavor, and then 4th was ginger lemon flavor. And people appreciated. We had a tie-up with the 6th largest company in the world called Danisco. It was a Danish company. They were supplying us the flavors. What you can say, अगर आप एक पानी पिला रहे हो, आजकल लोग Sprite पी लेते हैं. Like people used to now have a Sprite, but if you serve it in marriages, people will hesitate to take a colorless drink, thinking that it's a glass of water. So it was a drink ahead of the time. So we came out with the popular drinks and Coca-Cola Lemon Orange. We changed the color of the drink. We added caramel in the peach drink. We added a modifier in the lychee. We added strawberry. We had little colors added which were allowed by the food safety authorities. So I remember the Beverly Hills drinks. So we launched 2 brands at that time in beverages. One was Beverly Hills, which was for the sparkling drinks, and second was the fun drinks, Fun Lemon Orange Fun, which came out with the popular drinks, lemon orange cola flavors. And we again were catering to almost every big city of North India.
Great.
Journey continued. In the beverages section, we came out with Must energy drinks, small 5 rupees bottle. If you remember at that time, I think 2004-5, there's a Chota Cola, Chota Pepsi, 5 rupees drink came out there. So we also were in that category, and we did very well, almost selling 4 to 5 lakhs of bottles of Must drink per month kind of thing. So, and 2006, Zydus Cadila, pharmaceutical company, approached us for doing their sugar-free drink. So they called sugar-free delight. and we became their sole bottler for this drink, and they launched all across India, and we worked with them for 6 years till 2006 to 2012. Uh, but then the big companies, when they are at a what crossroads of growth, they always take help of consultancy company, and Zydus Cadillac took a consultancy help from McKinsey.
Okay.
And McKinsey told them that it is for you that you should concentrate more in your core competency, which is your pharma, instead of going for all these kind of things where you are using sugar-free delight or all other. They were in lot many field, so they curtailed after that.
Okay.
But in the meantime, 2007-8, I was facing a personal family problem where my younger daughter was not growing as per the laid down standards of growth, and she was having a stunted growth and very low hemoglobin, uh, bone pains, all those things. And we were visiting all the pediatricians, and they were not able to diagnose what was the problem.
Okay.
So one day we went to because she was having a stomach problem, so we went to a gastroenterologist, Dr. Sunil Arya. He came from PGI. You remember at that time the city doctors from metro cities and the big cities, they started shifting to tier 3, tier 4 cities for the better opportunities. And Dr. Sunil Arya just said that I think she is celiac. And frankly speaking, we had no idea what does celiac means. So we asked simple language, what does it mean? It's a reaction to the gluten present in the grains,
Correct.
wheat. At that time, it was very simple reaction of ours कि कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता क्या इलाज है कुछ है तो he says कि आपको डाइट के अंदर से gluten हटाना होगा, wheat हटाना होगा.
ठीक है.
And
in Punjab, most of the people eat wheat.
So no idea about it. Internet was very slow.
And one more question I have, like before going more into this story, I want to pivot a few years back, like back in 2000s, when you mentioned कि bottle में ये problem थी, उसका pressure कम हो जाता था, we had to go to some consultants to see and find out the solution कि भाई क्या करें जिससे ये problems solve हो जाए and हमारा product sell होने लगे. तो at that time when information was not for free, because like आज की डेट पे अगर आप YouTube पे जाओगे and you search a topic, you will get a information from a renowned person जो कि free of cost ये knowledge दे देंगे. But उस time पे आप knowledge कैसे gain करते थे?
See, एक जो जिंदगी में हमारा मेरा concept रहा है, and I think that's a golden rule which everybody can use, even if internet is there or internet was not there. That was networking. Okay. You had connections. If you have a connections at the right places, you develop your circle of your well-wishers as well as people with the knowledge. When I was talking about the flavor company, the Denisco's MD, Mr. Neil Prasad, grandson of our first president of India.
Okay.
He was MD, and I developed the relation with him. So whenever you require any kind of such help, all those people with whom you have developed the relations, they were ready to help you. Like I just give you some simple example. When we were developing the mold of the bottle for the blowing of the bottle, the person who was helping me, he says, you are facing a gas volume problem. I will take you to the expert who has done, who is very good in this knowledge. So it was, and without any money, it was just going over there, sitting with him, having a cup of tea, and you will find you are having information. So at that time, all our friends, well-wishers, your people in your networking circle were Google for us.
Correct.
And they were the people with whom we interacted. We got the information and we started working. There was a problem in Kola during sanitation, and we went to the Sri Longwall Institute, SLITE. We went and met their food technology teachers, professors, and they helped us out. It is a both way. That's what I always say, that academia, which is limiting themselves only to the institute, they should come out and they should work with industry. They should solve their problems of the industry. So sitting in the university and writing papers, or maybe academically they can grow, but if they really want to contribute, the academics who really want to contribute, it has to be a platform where academia as well as your industrialists, they come together and they work together and they can grow together. So and your question answer I have given you, it was more of a networking strength which helped me, which Google now is helping other people.
Yes, sir. Google की एज में तो अभी हम लोग सब हैं. Like we also use Google to like find out the solutions and all. But let's say someone is starting up with his career and wants to do good in his business. So how to develop this network with influential people, or या फिर, because it cannot be a one-way road. It will be a give and take. Because if you do something for them, then only they will revert you back with something that you need. So how do you think? Yeah.
Absolutely correct what you're saying. It's Google is not will give you all the things what you require. When you are like a Tushar, if you have come back to Thapa, I'm very sure you must have met at least 10 to 15 new people with whom you have exchanged your card, and you are going to be going to be connected to them. These days the technology is such that you can be on a LinkedIn, you can be on a Twitter connected to the world, you can be you can have networking organizations like BNI, like TIE. You have the business associations like CIA, FICCI. These are the the organizations which are going to give you the connect to the different kind of these are the platforms where you can share your knowledge, you can gain your knowledge, you can connect, and you can improve your circle of people. So I think it is very easy nowadays to get connected, or at least even if you start following it, you start following the people, you will get a lot of insight of what kind of knowledge is being shared across the platforms. It's too much of knowledge. I will say it is other way around. That LinkedIn, I might be finding little negative in my approach, but LinkedIn with ChatGPT coming. Earlier, when somebody used to write, he used to write it from his heart. And he used to write, say, about 6-8 lines, and he used to finish it. Now, when you start using an AI and ChatGPT, what could have been finished in 6 lines, you have started writing 30 lines. And those 30 lines, you like at least when I write from my heart. And ChatGPT, I find it is writing much better than what I am thinking and writing. And when you see LinkedIn, you find it is too much of information. But वो ठीक है, but then you get overwhelmed by such kind of flooding of things.
सही knowledge ढूंढना बहुत मुश्किल हो गया सर आज के टाइम पे. You don't know who is behind the camera, and like you just trust on the number of followers and number of likes and number of shares he has, and उसके basis पे आप opinion develop कर देते हो whatever he or she has posted. So it happens. You have to find the guru, or the guru will find you.
Yeah.
So सर 20-25 years back, like इंडिया में जैसे आजकल स्टार्टअप मतलब बेंगलोर, दिल्ली, पुणे, पटियाला, XYZ locations, startups in the universities, EDC cells, all these are very vibrant nowadays. 20-25 years back, तो क्या इतना easy होता था कि जैसे एक लैपटॉप लिया, एक कैमरा लिया, एक पॉडकास्ट बनाया, इतना easy होता था बिजनेस स्टार्ट करना?
See, बिजनेस स्टार्ट करना आसान होता था, but आजकल का जो कॉन्सेप्ट चेंज हो गया कि everybody has started reading about startups. Everybody has started reading about investors, angel investors, VCs, PEs, and out of say 1,000, 10 or 15 or 20 becomes a success stories, a unicorn companies.
Correct.
And 30, 40, 100 companies get funded by, straight away you see the valuation going up. I give you an example. We were in the same field when Hector Beverages came, the paperboard company.
Okay, paperboard company, yeah.
Right? But because they were ex-Coca-Cola, they were ex-Coca-Cola senior management there, and they had connect, and they had, what you can say, in their networking, they were the investors. And their company suddenly got valuated to 100 crores kind of a thing, and then started moving up. Whereas we were in the same line, we were working hard, but the point was that we were working on our own. Nowadays, when you're thinking of a startup, first of all, idea comes in कि यार इसको investors के साथ कैसे match करवाएं. Which I feel that we are working on a very short wavelength. Yes, we should work. Scalable model होना चाहिए, unique idea होना चाहिए, which should be, which should benefit to the society. All those USPs what our startups के लिए चाहिए. But जब पहले भी बनते थे, तभी लोग सोचते ऐसे ही थे, और उस सोच के अंदर ये नहीं आता था कि स्केलेबल करना है उन्होंने. बट पहले ये नहीं आता था कि मेरे को इसको यूनिक आइडिया प्रेजेंट करना है या मेरे को इन्वेस्टर्स लेके आने हैं. उस टाइम पे बैंक्स होते थे, No, the money used to come in the form of debt.
Okay.
And it used to come from the bank. So nowadays, people have changed their focus on the startup culture. The startup ecosystem is available. Students, engineering college students में पहले दिन से उनको बनना है कि भी यार हमने success stories बनानी है, हमने जिसका मर्जी नाम ले लो, इंडिया में भरे पड़े हैं सक्सेस स्टोरीज, तो उसको फॉलो करने के चक्कर में कई बार गुड अगर एक अच्छा बिजनेस कंसिस्टेंट करना चाहे वो भी छोड़ देता है बंदा, कहता है नहीं यार मेरे को यूनिक चीज करनी है. इट इज नेवर रॉन्ग टू प्रेजेंट idea which is little old, but then it is presented in the which is tech embedded, which is scalable. आजकल टेक्नोलॉजी को एम्बेड करना बहुत जरूरी है in every model. तो उसके अंदर अगर आप कर सकते हैं, आईटी को बीच में लेके आ सकते हैं, डिजिटलाइज कर सकते हैं, जो हमने अपने बिजनेस में देखा कि आप जब डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म पे आ जाते हैं, थिंग्स मूव इन अ वेरी फास्ट मैनर बिकॉज पीपल आर ऑन दीज प्लेटफॉर्म्स दीज डेज. बट आई स्टिल फील कि जो हमारे टाइम पे हमने बिजनेस किया था उसका चार्म और था.
राइट.
और आज का जो है, वी आर इन अ रैट रेस टू गेट अ इन्वेस्टर. वी आर लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड टू एन इन्वेस्टर. अरे वो ये होता है कि यार किसी तरीके से मेरी इन्वेस्टर्स के साथ मेरी पिचिंग हो जाए, एलिवेटर पिच हो जाए, मैं करके किसी तरीके से उसकी नजरों में आ जाऊं. पहले ये चीज नहीं होती थी. We were not under that pressure. We were only under pressure of making profits.
Product अच्छा होना चाहिए and then profits.
अब उसका जो मर्जी आप उसका नाम ले लो, आजकल वो प्रोडक्ट फिट है, आपका मार्केट है, and तो उसके अंदर ये है. पर उस टाइम पे profitability used to be the criteria. Nowadays it is how fast you can burn the investors' money and to grow. Profitability अब आना शुरू हुआ है. अभी the model has changed back. That profitability has become one of the very important criteria of investors. पहले था how fast you can burn your money. If you can't burn the money fast, why do you need enough money? तो investors का पैसा लेके उसको how do fast you can grow. तो अभी आप कितनी companies देख सकते हैं, they are not into the profits. I will not name any those big companies, but then there are so many companies which are still not profitable and they are having turnover of crores. And our companies in 90s or 2000 from day one used to be in profits. तो वो अब स्केल अप करके उसकी एडवांटेज लेनी है. वो आजकल का डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म D2C मॉडल्स हैं, सारे आते हैं, वो वी विल डिस्कस अगर आप.
So one more thing I wanted to add. I heard somewhere कि मतलब बोरिंग बिजनेसेस जो होते हैं ना, सबसे ज्यादा पैसा वही कमाते हैं. कोका कोला क्या कर रहा है? चीनी वाली वो पानी तो पिला रहा है, कितने सालों से पिला रहा है, and they are earning like anything. So like boring businesses earn the most, I would say. So
I push to point. There's a element called carbon black.
Okay.
Carbon black is used in tires. And Birlas are expert in making carbon black. Globally, they have put up the factories of making a carbon black. You can imagine the people working in carbon black will be coming out totally black, filled with a suit and all those things. But the maximum money is there in carbon black. They were profitable. They took that segment. Today also, if you really want to take into the chemicals, which are difficult chemicals, which are difficult to make, there are no competition in that. There is no MRP concept. There is no market pressure. You are going to make much more profits. You're going to make much more. You will grow much faster. But nowadays, it has been taught in all the universities and the colleges. What can you do for the society? How your idea is going to help you in the society? So उस चीज में जब आते हैं तो ओरिएंटेशन चेंज हो जाती है.
एनजीओ बन जाते हो, फिर आप बिजनेस नहीं बन पाते.
बिल्कुल ठीक है.
Anyhow, so let's go to 2008. So you were mentioning earlier कि your daughter had some issues with the gluten. तो मैं जब थोड़ा रिसर्च कर रहा था before this podcast, I was new to this word gluten because there is a junior of mine, उनकी बहन को भी सेम इशू है. So he also mentioned, मैंने आपको उनका प्रोडक्ट भी भेजा था पहले, बहुत टाइम पहले की बात है. But tell me more about this gluten problem. Like ये gluten है क्या चीज? Like दिक्कत क्या है ये?
See, gluten is a protein which is present in in the form of the wheat, barley, and rye. Rye is an American grain, not the rye as a mustard seed. So there is gliadin is a protein which is present over there in all these grains in the different form. The protein is present in a different form, and this gluten reacts to the intestine because of it considered it as an enemy. So it is an autoimmune. The celiac disease is an autoimmune disorder, and it gives the body thinks that the gluten is an enemy and it starts attacking it. वो उसको absorb नहीं करने देता, and it starts damaging your villi of your intestines, and your nutrients of your food is not passed on to your body, and your food is passed on like that only, and certainly you will find the patients becoming weak. They will have either the constipation or a loose motion, intestine problem starts coming up, stunted growth, irritating nature, low hemoglobin, body pains. So all those things, when your body is not absorbing the food, and because your body is reacting to that. And if let me add that 1/3 of North Indian population is having that gene, which can manifest anytime into a full-fledged celiac disease. Is DQ3, DQ8, HL. So it is a disease, a gene which is present in 1/3 of Indian population, especially North Indian. So this becomes a problem. But sometimes you are intolerant towards gluten, and people have to take wheat and barley out of their food. Now imagine if you start in the morning, your breakfast, your chapati and pranthas have a wheat, your bread has a maida, maida comes from the wheat. You think of a porridge, you think of breakfast cereals, all have the wheat or barley in any form. The barley is present in as a malt extract in cornflakes, and you cannot take cornflakes even. You imagine a thing, you cannot take any मिठाई, हर चीज के अंदर खोया है, और वो उसके अंदर मैदा डालते हैं, तो मैदा जो है सूजी है, that also is a derivative of wheat. So you will find कि 90% of the products which are there in the market for the celiac are not acceptable to his or her diet.
Correct.
तो उस चीज के अंदर ये एक हमारे को प्रॉब्लम जब आई 2008 में, we started searching, and at that time there were no places in Patiala which were offering gluten-free diet, so gluten-free food. We went to Chandigarh. Okay. And I still remember there was one departmental store where we went and we purchased a good amount of products, which some of them were imported and some were from the local manufacturer, and manufacturer was from Calcutta. Okay. And we brought products to my daughter, and she just tasted it and she started throwing it up. No, it's not good. This is not tasty. This is not, I don't like it. And ultimately we saw that she has rejected a company like Orgaran kind of a products, which are not to the Indian taste. It's an Australian company. And the products were very expensive, no doubt about it. And God has been great to us in one way that they always find out a way. When they give you a problem, they always give you a solution along with that. तो कैसे कहते हैं ना कि वो जब बिच्छू टूटी जो लड़ती है पहाड़ों में, तो खुदा ने, भगवान ने एक पालक का पत्ता भी साथ में दिया होता है कि अगर है तो. My wife has been given God gifted culinary skills. Okay. So though she's a professor of English in a college, but she had a knack of developing the recipes. So she started making, first of all, the flour, which was the most important part, and she developed the flour of multi-grains, maize, white rice, brown rice, sorghum. At that time, I'm talking of 2008, जब लोगों ने मिलेट्स का नाम ही नहीं सुना हुआ,
जो आजकल अभी चल रहा है. तो
आजकल हम इंटरनेशनल ईयर ऑफ मिलेट्स मना रहे हैं, तो 15 इयर्स की चेंज कितनी आ गई है. तो जब हम ज्वार डालते थे तो ज्वार को, बाजरा को गरीबों का खाना गिना जाता था, ओल्ड पुअर मैन्स डाइट. और आजकल इट इज कंसीडर्ड टू बी फाइबर रिच, प्रोटीन रिच,
एनवायरनमेंट फ्रेंडली इनफैक्ट,
एवरीवेयर, कम पानी यूज करता है, उसके कार्बन वो. सो she developed the, first of all, आटा जो बनाया उससे उसका जो taste, aroma और color appearance was all closer to wheat. And my daughter started having that flour. And when we told our doctor कि हमने ऐसा आटा develop किया है, तो he says कि it will be very good if you can give to other patients also. क्योंकि I was already into the beverages field. तो मेरे को फूड की, और कंपनी का नाम भी चीयर्स फूड एंड बेवरेजेस ही था. डे वन, आई डोंट नो, कभी सोचा नहीं था कि हम फूड की लाइन में आएंगे, और हमने 10 साल के बाद भी came into food line, and the Wheafree was born in 2008. And it was totally a need based innovation.
प्रॉब्लम देखा आपने, सॉल्यूशन बनाया,
opportunity based innovation था. मार्केट में एक वैक्यूम थी एक आइडिया का, ये वैक्यूम था एक नीड थी एक पेशेंट की, एक कंज्यूमर की. They needed a food. So we came out with a different variety of products. हमने breads निकाली, हमने cookies निकाली, हमने savories निकाली. We came out pasta and this thing, and we started having more than 100 products. गोलगप्पा चाहिए उनको तो गोलगप्पा निकाला, पापड़ी चाहिए तो पापड़ी निकाली. तो you just think of कोई ready to eat, कोई पिज्जा चाहिए तो वो निकाला, bread sandwich निकाला. तो we made
मैगी वगैरह का भी alternative है सर आपके पास?
इसके बाद
मैगी वगैरह का जो
हमने noodles का alternative निकाला. हमने राइस नूडल्स निकाले, which is one of the highest selling SKU of ours. हमने फिर अभी recently about 3-4 years back हमने pastas निकाले, penne pasta निकाला, fusilli निकाला और वो हमने macaroni निकाली. अभी so we have came out with all kind of products which were required in the gluten-free domain. But that happened from 2008 till 2017-18 when the digitalization of the market started happening.
Yeah, 15 onwards, I would say.
Yeah,
15 onwards.
When 2015 onwards, but maybe we were little at that time. Amazon and other e-commerce were not very open to gluten products. Okay. They wanted first the major onboarding was of the mainstream items.
Mass market,
mass market. And then they suddenly realized that this is if I divide my journey, I will divide it into 3 phases. Yes, one was 2008 to 2016-17, where we grew physically. We grew all across North India, developed a retailer distributor model, which was an old kind of a thing. Then we came into 2017-18, we started coming on a digital platform, and it was omni-channel was adopted, both physical as well as digital platforms were adopted. And 2018 onwards, we onboarding of Amazon, Flipkart, and started, and our website started getting this thing. So till 2020. It was pre-COVID time. Till pre-COVID, it was more on a D2C market. Growth was there. And then there was a change in the consumer's perception towards a healthier food.
Healthier food, right.
Mindful eating. And they wanted every product. At that time, the health became the prime most objective of a consumer.
Correct.
हमको जो खाना है, अच्छा खाना है. They saw कि people who had a good immunity, they survived COVID better.
Yep.
And people who had poor immunity and poor health, they were not able to cope up with COVID symptoms out there. So people started moving towards a healthier trend. Then this millets, these legumes and all those things which are high protein, this keto diet, these all different kind of things came into the market. The keto food is there. And Nema food, they gave a different kind of names to them. So what we were already manufacturing, because products have to be reasonable, they don't have to be costlier. So rice was the main staple part. But then we shifted, started taking rice out and started adding more of millets and more of legumes into our diet, and more of like new grains like quinoa came into India. So we started introducing all those novice grains, and we started finding that our people have started accepting who were not celiac, who were not gluten intolerant, who were people who were looking towards healthier food
options like me. Yeah.
So उस टाइम पे अमेरिका में भी एक रेवोल्यूशन आई हुई थी. Wheat Belly book was published. तो अमेरिका में if you I can give you the stats. कि celiac disease की जो incidence है, that is 1% across globe, 1 to 1.5% across globe, but 33% of
this 1%
Americans consume gluten-free diet.
अच्छा 33%. That's a huge number.
Gluten-free diet खाते हैं. Canada also 33%, Australia 10%. People who are celiac or gluten intolerant is only 1%. And that has made a gluten-free market of, I was reading that by 2027, it will become $17 billion industry globally. That's phase.
And with the income increasing, people will go more towards health, more such products, and if you maintain the quality, and your products will be sold more.
Yeah, right? We found that the product acceptance is more now, and because your content-wise and your approval of the consumers. You have a better options. You can grow much bigger. your growth can be exponential out there.
So yeah, sir. So as you did D2C, you also did wholesaler and retailer वाला setup भी आपने पहले 10 साल किया, and then you did D2C also. So in your opinion, what do you think? Like let's say we compare online versus offline. What is the like sale percentage? Like let's say offline में आप 100 रुपए का सामान बेच रहे हो, online में कितना बेच रहे हैं?
See, we started from the physical model.
Yeah.
So it was 100% physical, then 90-10, then 70-30, and now we are at a stage where it is 50-50.
Oh, that's great.
So we are having a D2C almost 50% of our top line revenues. And some models start with D2C concepts straight away, which are investors. They have their again, I'm coming back to that they have this in mind कि retail segment के ऊपर कौन-कौन जाके किसी shop के ऊपर जाके लोगों को convince कराने की बजाय हम जो digital platform के ऊपर लोग हैं, हम उनको अपने कंटेंट के साथ A++ कंटेंट के साथ हम उसके अच्छी फोटोग्राफी के साथ अच्छी उसकी प्रेजेंटेशन के साथ इम्प्रेस करते हैं और अपना जो पैसा हमने मार्केटिंग से अपनी सेल्स टीम के ऊपर लगाना है उसके लगाने की बजाय हम सारा पैसा एडवर्टाइजिंग पे लगा के और हम उसकी एडवर्टाइजिंग कॉस्ट टू उसको बढ़ाएं रोज को वी इंप्रूव दोज रेशियोज एंड वी स्टार्ट पुटिंग दैट मनी इन दैट वेरी टू पुश दैट प्रोडक्ट. तो वो ये जो कॉन्सेप्ट है तो उसके बाद उनको लगता है कि नाउ वी कैन कम इनटू फिजिकल मॉडल आल्सो. बट पहले हम फिजिकल से डिजिटल आए, लोग आजकल डिजिटल से फिजिकल आते हैं.
क्योंकि सर पहले तो ऑप्शन भी नहीं थे ना अपने पास. लाइक पहले 2008 2010 की बात करूं तब डिजिटल इतना कहाँ ही था.
बिल्कुल
इंटरनेट वाज मतलब लाइक प्रीमियम लोगों के पास ही इंटरनेट का एक्सेस होता था आई सपोज.
या बिल्कुल ठीक है.
So let's say, sir, you also mentioned on your website that you have stores across the globe. So where are your stores and कैसे आपने open कैसे किया?
See, we were approached by how we grew. We tied up with a logistic company, DHL, for supplying across globe. People, the Indian diaspora who are settled across the continent, all the continents. When they used to come back and they used to have either this problem or they wanted to go for the healthier option, they used to buy our food product in India and they used to like it and they used to carry it back. And then they used to send us a query that can you just send it across to us?
Okay.
So that way we started supplying in a B2C category. But because of the demand, companies in UK approached us that can you do a private labeling for us of your flow, which is there. And we started going into export market. And if you see my product, we started as an import substitution. I still remember.
Yeah,
in 2008 it was Orgaran and Dr. Shah which were present, and we started supplying the material, and then we started supplying to those countries from where these products were coming. So we started sending to UK, to America, to Canada, to Australia. So a lot of under our brand name as well as under the private labeling if they want their own brand name. So Nepal, we sent a lot of products to Nepal. We sent it to then same platforms, they wanted you to go global. Amazon wanted you to go global, so they gave us a platform of Amazon USA. So we started sending to Amazon USA also in COVID times. But then logistic costs increased tremendously in COVID times, and that became a little unviable. But otherwise, we are sending across to Australia, sending to New Zealand, sending to we are recently tied up with Canada. So going to very soon you're going to find our products on the Canadian retail stores also. At least initially at the Patella Indian stores, and then maybe bigger chains.
Yeah. To increase the GDP of the country, we need more people like you. Like you have literally substituted the products coming from abroad to India, and then you have substituted with your own product. That's a great achievement.
Import कम कर दिया और export बढ़ा दिया.
यही तो चाहिए अपने को. So sir, let's say what are the numbers look like? Like आप जो website का conversion या फिर FM जो ये बाकी portals के through conversions आते हैं, do you check all those numbers या फिर there is someone else who is looking up to the marketing, sales and all?
See, there are two ways. Tushar, you are into this domain, so you know better. कि एक तो है कि भी experts like you are always available, which is जो initially जब company start करती हैं तो they are not having that much of knowledge, that in-depth analysis करने के उनके पास skills नहीं होते हैं. So they always hire third party. But over the passage of time, because you are growing and you wanted that there should be an in-house house for this digital marketing,
Correct.
and you hire e-commerce experts, digital marketing experts, and creative people. So now we have our own in-house department to
That's
look
great.
after all these things.
Mm-hmm.
And but I will tell you that we had been chiseled down in our approach by a lot of third party consultants with whom we took the help. So I will give the credit to them also कि उन्होंने भी बहुत कुछ सिखाया हमको कि
Correct.
कैसे मार्केट में रहना है, क्या क्या चीजें देखनी है, कैक है, वो all the
Mm-hmm.
different है, कॉस है, रोस है. So
Mm-hmm.
those all things we learned the harder way. But then we became I will not say expert, but yes, we started having that much of knowledge that where we can work on our own. So we have now our own in-house department to take care of all this analytics and all Google Analytics and all those things. So social media, working on social media, working on your all kind of platforms which are available for you, e-commerce as well as the digital marketing.
That's great. So, sir, let's say if I want to start my FMCG company, what are the points that I should keep in mind before starting ahead? Because I'll tell you one brief context. I follow stock market, Indian stock market and all, and if I see ITC and कोई भी ऐसा FMCG segment में जो भी market में है players like Hindustan Unilever etc. Patanjali for the sake, अगर उनका monthly chart देखोगे ना, it is always rising. It never came down. सिर्फ FMCG segment. In the COVID itself, it never broke a threshold level of 30 EMA that we say. So it is always rising, always. Like जब से stock market है तब से अभी तक. So it is very interesting. It is showing growth. It has shown growth. So what are the points that I should keep in mind before going to the FMCG segment?
See, FMCG market in any case is growing because of our own internal consumption. 140 करोड़ का जो चाहे उसको डबल इंजन बोलो, ट्रिपल इंजन बोलो, 4 इंजन बोलो या उसको सिंगल इंजन 140 करोड़ का बोलो. 140 crores is a big size of a population where so many countries get, कितने countries की population डाल के कर लो तो 30-35 countries की population तो हम अकेले संभाल के बैठे हुए हैं. So the consumption, the market is there. First of all, you cannot say that the market is not there. So you have seen there are so many chains which have come to India, they are growing. तो उनको पता है कि there is a market for the FMCG, especially in the food category. I will suggest कि वैसे तो कहते हैं कि कौन बताता है समुद्र को रास्ता नदी का, नदी को जिसे मंजिल का क्या जुनून है वो मशवरा नहीं लेते.
ठीक है.
अगर आपके पास जुनून है, आपके अंदर एक जुनून वर्ड है, आप क्रैंकी हो कि आपने कामयाब होना है, तो आपको रास्ते नहीं पूछने चाहिए, बना लोगे अपने आप ही रास्ते बना लोगे. क्या नदी को कोई पता होता है कि मेरे को समुद्र तक पहुंच जाना है उसको? तो माय आइडिया इज कि अगर आप फूड प्रोडक्ट में आना चाहते हो, प्रोडक्ट मी टू प्रोडक्ट्स नहीं सिलेक्ट करनी चाहिए. आपकी यूनिकनेस ऑफ द प्रोडक्ट हैज टू बी देयर. मार्केट आपकी आजकल टेस्ट मार्केटिंग करनी बहुत मुश्किल नहीं है आजकल, क्योंकि डिजिटल प्रिंटिंग आ गई है. यू कैन गो फॉर अ स्मॉलर बैच प्रोडक्शन, यू कैन गो फॉर अ टेस्ट मार्केटिंग ऑन अ प्लेटफॉर्म, डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म. सो कोई ज़्यादा पैसा भी नहीं लगाना पड़ता टू सक्सेसफुल प्रोडक्ट बना के उसको टेस्ट मार्केटिंग करने में. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आई पर्सनली बिलीव दैट योर प्रोडक्ट शुड बी यूनिक and should be scalable in any case, there is no doubt about it. पर उसको आजकल जो लोगों की acceptance है at the back of their mind is that people have become very well aware of all the nutritional values. लोग लेबल पढ़ना शुरू हो गए हैं. उसके अंदर कितने फाइबर्स हैं, कितनी प्रोटीन है, कितनी सैचुरेटेड फैट कम है, सोडियम कम है, जो चीज़ें कम होनी चाहिए ट्रांस फैट जीरो है. तो those are the things which when you're developing a product you should be working on it. और ये भी लोग कहते हैं कि जो हेल्दी होता है वो टेस्टी नहीं होता, जो टेस्टी होता है वो हेल्दी नहीं होता. हमारी बिगेस्ट एग्जांपल फॉर अस इज हमारी मिठाई का सिनेरियो. गुलाब जामुन, समोसा, जलेबी वो किसी भी एंगल से हेल्दी नहीं है. पर आप देख लो कि आज भी अगर मौसम आपके बादल आते हैं तो पहले आप कहते हो यार चलो यार जलेबियां और वो लेके आते हैं. So पकौड़े लेके आते हैं. These are not healthy options. But then once you're coming under FMCG, food FMCG domain, you have to work on a nutritional platform. मेरे मुताबिक एक प्रोडक्ट को न्यूट्रिशनल उसकी कम से कम, क्योंकि आने वाला टाइम FSI is going to be very very tough on the food FPOs. उन्होंने फूड स्टार रेटिंग भी निकाल देनी है. आपके एक प्रोडक्ट के ऊपर 5 के ऊपर अगर आपके 1.5 मार्क्स लगे हुए हैं, 1.5 नंबर हैं, तो आप पीपल विल नॉट पिक इट अप. आपके 5 के अंदर 4 नंबर का 4 आउट ऑफ 5 स्टार्स हैं, तो पीपल विल पिक अप दोस प्रोडक्ट. सो व्हेन यू आर डेवलपिंग अ प्रोडक्ट, मे बी इट्स अ यूनिक प्रोडक्ट और यू आर चेंजिंग अ गुड प्रोडक्ट और सेलेबल प्रोडक्ट. जैसे जलेबी है, इट इज नॉट हेल्दी. आप अगर कल को जलेबी हेल्दी बना के बेच सकते हो, गुलाब जामुन को हेल्दी बना के बेच सकते हो, आप समोसे को हेल्दी बना के बेच सकते हो. आई गिव यू एग्जांपल. यू हैव अ समोसा, you come out with a baked samosa, you will cut down the calories by 100 to 150 calories, you will cut down. सही. तो ये हाँ, और वो अब बेक्ड समोसा लोग कितना लाइक करते हैं, टेस्ट मार्केटिंग है आपकी, कितनी प्रोडक्ट फिट है, पीवी है, जो है आपका वो सारा, वो चीजें आपको वो स्टडी करनी चाहिए सारी.
Correct. So the main pillar that you should work upon is the product. कि product में दम होना चाहिए, फिर तो वो बिक जाएगा चाहे कैसा भी हो.
Yeah.
Correct. So sir, this is the end of the podcast. We have almost reached. So did you like the experience? How, like, is it you have done earlier, I think, from with other podcasters or all?
See, मेरी क्या हुआ कि मैंने ना इतनी बार अपनी स्टोरी सुना चुका था. थापर में फ्रॉश वीक में सुनाता था, अपनी हर यूनिवर्सिटी हर कॉलेज में को बताता था दैट यू नो I was actually bored with myself only कि यार मैं अपनी स्टोरी क्यों सुनाऊं. तो there are so many other success stories which one should be telling. You know, आप अगर आप खोल लो आज कितनी सक्सेस स्टोरीज हैं हमारे. तो आज थैंक यू वेरी मच कि मेरे को फिर से दोबारा से, बिकॉज फॉर लास्ट 2-3 years आई स्टॉप गिविंग टॉकिंग अबाउट माई सेल्फ कि यार कितना कुछ सेम है. अब मेरे को वो कहते हैं, डॉक्टर मनदीप कहते हैं कि यार आप थापर में आके, तो मैंने कहा यार फिर से वही कहानी. जस्ट स्टूडेंट्स ऑडियंस विल बी न्यू, बट आई एम नॉट सेइंग, बट देन you do get, you know, I wanted something new to happen. So maybe very soon we might give you a good news कि भी हमने ये किया. पर जो आज आपने मेरे को एक तरह का revision of my life, you know, way back from the corporate sector to till date. Yeah. So thank you very much for giving me an opportunity, and
it's all our pleasure, sir, to have you here.
So कहते हैं ना, कहते हैं एक तो होता है कि people carry their ancestral क्या कहते हैं कि भी hierarchy लेगेसी लेते हैं. तो आजकल का जो स्टार्टअप कल्चर के ऊपर, आई जस्ट वांट टू फिनिश इट ऑन वन शेयर. वह कहते हैं कि विरासत से तो नहीं होंगी किस्मत के फैसले, विरासत से तो नहीं होंगे किस्मत के फैसले, ये तो उड़ान ही तय करेगी कि आसमान में आसमान किसका है. सो आजकल के जो स्टार्टअप्स के लिए यही है कि यू, इवन इफ योर फादर मदर इज नॉट अ बिजनेस फ्रॉम अ कम्युनिटी, दे आर फ्रॉम द सर्विस क्लास कम्युनिटी, और दे हैड बीन नॉट नेवर सीन अ बिजनेसमैन, never went into a business. So it is, don't carry, you can do on your own, everything on your own. You God has given you this so many platforms to be successful.
Yeah.
So thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot for coming with us, and we'll try to keep on connecting. Let's see.
Yeah, sure. Okay,
All right,
Tushar.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care. Good day.
Take care.